Hello, I'm Philip, better known perhaps to viewers of YouTube, the YouTube generation, as Dad. And that's Dad of GabnDad, who regularly post movie reviews on YouTube. Perhaps you've seen them, some of them. If you haven't, take a look. youtube.com/GabnDad, G-A-B-N-D-A-D, and you'll get to select from, I don't know, about 30 movie reviews we've posted so far, and we're putting fresh ones up all the time. And it was through the movie review community of YouTube that I met, so to speak, at least in cyberspace, I met Mr. Hollick. Hello, Mr. Hollick, and a fellow movie reviewer. But Mr. Hollick also runs the Optimism channel, and he kindly asked me to say a few things in a video to be posted on that Optimism channel, something about optimism. And I was interested in doing this because I think I have a perspective on optimism a little bit different than most of the people who watch YouTube and most of the people who've posted optimism videos on Mr. Hollick's channel. And it's the perspective that comes from being somewhat older. I won't tell you how old I am, but I'm older than most people who post things on YouTube. And indeed, I'm old enough that the government has supplied me with a card identifying me as an old person and asking those around me to extend the appropriate privileges to me as an old person. Now, I have to tell you, I'm not sure what those privileges are. So far there's been an absence, I think, of privileges extended to me, but I live in hope. Optimism, you see. Now, why is optimism important, I think particularly important, when you get somewhat older? And that's because optimism is what carries you along through those last years of your life. The belief that those last years of your life will be happy, fulfilling, meaningful to you and to those that you care about. Because as you get older, as all of you will experience, things can go wrong. You can, for example, develop health problems connected with old age. You can't escape them. It's just part of the process. But you have to be optimistic that you can, if not conquer those health problems, at least live with them, control them, and that they won't interfere with your life. You have to be optimistic about those you love, that they will do fine. Your spouse, for example, is probably about the same age, that your spouse, in my case, Cynthia, will be well and happy, and that the two of you together will live a long and happy life still. Now, one thing you don't have to worry about is scrambling up the career ladder, because you've scrambled up it already. You've got as high as you're going to go, in most cases, although I'll say something about that in a minute. In some cases you fell off the ladder some years ago, that's okay too. But you don't have to worry about that, but sometimes that offers an opportunity for a new career. In my case, some years ago, I gave up the practice of law and became an author, something I'd always wanted to do. I wrote a book, Lawyers Gone Bad. You can order it from Amazon, please do. That did well, sold well, and received on the whole good critical reviews. And I'm now just finishing another book. So I embarked at a fairly late point in my life on a new and fulfilling career. And I'm still optimistic about that, what I can do in the future. So my message to you all is, optimism at any point in life is important. It's part of the fuel that drives you forward in a positive and happy way. But as you get older, it becomes even more important. So cultivate that optimism as you go along in your life. Develop it, because you'll need it, and it will serve you well later on when you're as old as indeed I am, or perhaps I'm becoming. So thank you, Mr. Hollick, for asking me to do this. It's a pleasure. And I look forward to more movie reviewing on GabnDad, and watching your reviews, Mr. Hollick, and watching these interesting videos on the importance of optimism.